not coming back. He's never coming back.
Dixie. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, don't.
Dixie, wait.
Don't ever do that again.
Okay. But just this once, I'm glad.
What?
You heard me.
Why?
Haley, you can talk to me anytime you want to. I'll always be there for you.
Thanks.
Here.
What were you doing lurking in that doorway?
What were you doing with that child? That's the question.
How you feeling?
Any news about Janet?
Not a sign, not a peep. Looks like she's disappeared into thin air. Nobody's seen hide nor hair.
Does that mean the search has been called off?
Well, Berniker thinks the letter's legit. So it looks like we've seen the last of your sister there, Angel. She's history.
She really is. I know she is.
I've been looking all... Did something happen?
No.
Nothing, no.
We were just talking.
Oh,
About Tad.
but you've been crying.
Oh, well, yeah, that's just stupid, but I'm fine now.
Are you sure? Because there are some files that I should check in your uncle's office.
No, I'm fine. Honest.
Okay. I'll see you later.
Well, I have to check on Junior, excuse me.
Now, wait just a little red hot minute here, Miss C. You ran out of me at lunch.
Oh, well, I didn't run out on you. I told you I forgot something.
Well, you said you remembered an appointment.
Yeah. I remembered that I had a shipment that was due at the Glamorama. So I went running over there feeling guilty of sin, but Donna, bless her heart, had taken care of it. Oh, did you have that lobster salad that you were looking forward to?
Why didn't you just call Donna about the shipment?
Well, I couldn't do that because, oh, well, it was my responsibility to take care of it, I told you. So did you eat?
Well, of course I ate. How'd you hook up with Craig?
He was just here. He was just, when I came in, just...
Well, he went running out of the Valley Inn after you. He said he was going to handle it. We were so worried.
Well, there's no reason to worry.
Well, did you have lunch with Donna or what?
No, I didn't really. Listen, I gotta check on Junior, okay?
But Dixie,
No,
now
he's
what?
up from his nap.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate people eavesdropping on my private conversations, Sarah.
I wasn't eavesdropping. I was coming here to work. I walked by and I saw you.
What you saw was me trying to comfort a very sad young woman.
Really?
Is that some sort of crime in your book?
That depends on your motive.
Oh, Sarah. Oh,
I'm serious.
your agenda is so transparent.
Oh, being concerned about the welfare of a minor is amusing to you?
No. In this case, it's ludicrous. Unless, of course, you think I'm using her to get back at Trevor and Natalie, which makes it merely nonsense.
So you expect me to believe that she came here to get comfort from you, of all people?
She came here to get help. Her mother's been transferred to a prison clear across the state.
Why you, Adam?
Because I have friends in high places.
But she can't stand you.
We have had our differences, but we are friends now. Her mother and I go way back. I've helped them before. Pulling strings to get Arlene a pass from prison, arranging for her to go to her brother's wedding. I'm an old friend of the family. Are there any more questions?
You have a smooth explanation for everything, don't you?
I think this conversation is over.
Maybe this comfort that you've been offering Haley is just a smokescreen for something else.
Oh, really? Would you like to articulate just what that something else might be?
I think you know.
No,
what
you
it is.
better spell it out for me.
Teenagers are children, and children are easy targets.
For what? Abuse?
Yes. And if any adult suspects that a child may be at risk, they have an obligation to do something about it.
Yes, I quite agree. And it's too bad that somebody wasn't there to do it for you when you were a child. But let's not forget, it was your old man who was the pervert, not me.
I shouldn't have done that. Please, forgive me. Are you all right?
I'll live.
I don't know what came over me. I apologize.
That remark was uncalled for.
It doesn't justify violence, though.
Oh, Sarah, you've been through hell. It was private and public, and I had no right to use it against you.
I think it's just because of what I've been through.
Of course, I know, I understand. But that doesn't make... What you went through doesn't make every man a child molester.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize. Just try to remember that the human species... Tears provoke sympathy. And sympathy, in turn, prompts the desire to comfort. What kind of a world would it be if we were all afraid to touch each other? course, there is a school of thought that Adam Chandler is not of the human species, but something descended from the shark and the barracuda. But believe me, I have feelings just like anybody else.
I guess I know that I can't erase what happened to me. I guess I just want to be able to protect as many others as I can.
But in this case, there's nothing to protect Haley from.
She's young. She's very pretty. She's full of swaggering, bravado, and self-assuredness, and it's a front. Because she's just a vulnerable little girl, and she doesn't have any parents to look out for her.
You're right about her being vulnerable, I know. But you're wrong about her parents.
Her mother is in jail, and her father is dead.
No. I'm her father.
Emily said that you wanted to see me, but I see you're busy.
No, it's all right. I'm just waiting for Will to drop by some papers.
We can talk later.
No, I want to talk now. Wait. I don't want to put off clearing the air between us.
Look, okay, whatever I did or said that gave you the wrong impression, I'm sorry.
Dixie, you did not give me the wrong impression. We both briefly misinterpreted what happened.
You said you were glad.
I am glad. But I'm also worried that kiss created a glitch in our friendship. That's a glitch I wanted to avoid at all costs.
Well, I thought that you understood how I feel.
I do. What happened while we were talking about Tad. Your husband and my best friend. The memories we have of him, the bond that we share with him, that's where the impulse was born, Dixie. The way I see it, that kiss was a mutual expression of love for somebody that we both miss dearly. Okay?
Okay. The thing is I can't even imagine being with anybody but him.
I know that. I respect that, and I would never do anything to compromise that.
Look, I never meant to encourage you.
You didn't.
Can we just forget about it?
Yes. There's nothing to think about, really. No cause for concern at all.
Okay.
Better?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Hello. Hello, what's going on?
Nothing. We're just talking, reminiscing about Ted. Thanks a lot for everything.
Thank you. Did you find those papers?
Yeah, they've been checked and double-checked.
Well, great. I'll just run these over to Mr. Simon. I've got to go over to corporate anyway. Anything else I can do for you?
Yeah, drive safely.
I always do.
Victor Gadarian?
You're back.
Who is this?
This is Will Cortland. Why haven't you called?
Well, I just walked in from the airport. My flight from L.A.
I don't want to hear your excuses. You meet me at McKay's in 15 minutes with a full report.
Freshly squeezed grapefruit juice over ice just the way you like it? No talking. Bed rest and plenty of fluids. That's the ticket. Boy, is it hot out there. Hot as the hinges of Hades. Kind of reminds me of the little
Well, I told you I'd come back. Here I am. Okay. You know, Natalie, you really are going to be all right. You might have a slight headache, but aside from that, you'll be fine. Now, I brought you enough food and water to last until after your honeymoon. Your honeymoon. Yes, 7 long, lovely days and nights with Trevor. with Trevor, his beloved bride, his partner for life, his passionate lover. Oh, I do deserve it.
99.9, 2/10 down.
Trevor, how much water does a person need to survive?
Drink your grapefruit juice.
I mean, if it's really hot.
2 liters at least for a day.
That much?
Yeah, at least. Why?
No reason.
You cramming those super fascinating algebraic formulae into your happy little head?
Oh, yeah, I'm having a ball, Uncle Trevor.
Got any, comic books hidden in there, huh?
If you don't mind, I'm seriously studying.
Ooh. Alien being enters the girl's body. Sorry.
I'm doing it for my mom, okay?
Say what?
Mom wants me to pass. So if I have to pass, I have to study, right?
Your mom asked you to study, so you're studying.
Don't you think she has enough trouble right now? I mean, I don't think I need to add to it.
Trouble is Adam Chandler's middle name.
Is that why you, went to see him?
I wanted to ask him to try to get the transfer stopped.
And what did he do? He called his buddy the governor?
But?
But she's getting moved today.
Yeah.
So Adam Chandler's string-pulling trick didn't fly, huh? You're not going to see that much of her now, are you?
No kidding.
Come on, Tinkerbell. I know you must be upset about it.
I can still write and call.
She's doing good in the program.
I'm so proud of her sometimes. I could just...
Bust. Me too. Nat and I were behind her, and you, 100%.
Thanks. So, how's Natalie doing? How's she feeling?
Oh, she's itchy and achy. Look, I gotta go down to the station. Would you do me a favor and keep an ear out for her? Visit her a couple of times a day, maybe, okay?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You keep cracking those books.
You are so lame, pork chop.
And you love it. Later, alligator.
I'm Haley's biological father. I didn't even know until a couple of months ago. And Haley still doesn't know. The only reason I'm telling you, Sarah, is because, quite frankly, you're a loose cannon. I would appreciate it if you didn't tell anyone about this.
Well, that explains why you're so interested in her, but...
Arlene insisted that Haley not be told. Arlene would never even have told me. Except for her disease.
Her alcoholism.
Yeah, she's convinced that Haley is not over the death of Arlene's husband, Harry. The man Haley thinks is her father.
Well, this is beginning to make some sense.
She's my daughter, and I'm proud of it. And if it were up to me, I'd tell the world.
It must be very hard to keep that secret.
Yes.
Well, just when you thought you had somebody all figured out.
All I want is to have a meaningful relationship with my daughter, the opportunity to help her to become all that she can be. Is that too much for a father?
I think you're asking the wrong person.
Oh, Sarah, I'm sorry.
Well, maybe Haley's one of the lucky ones.
You won't betray my confidence, will you?
Hi, Sarah. Adam. Didn't mean to barge right in, but there was nobody at the desk.
Well.
I thought you were in California.
Yes, a little trip to the coast to lick your wounds, Charlie?
I went to Stanford to visit friends.
Really? Well, if you'd listened to me all those countless times I tried to warn you.
Look, I didn't come by here for you to give me crud about Erica. So just keep your opinions and your insults to yourself.
Oh, my, how touchy.
Came by to get my next assignment.
But I think it was generally assumed that you would resign as the man of enchantment.
No such luck. So, Sarah.
Joan's working on the schedule.
Don't you think it's going to be painful, working, posing, side by side with Miss Kay?
Adam, leave him alone.
No, it's okay. I can fight my own battles. Look, Adam, I won this position at Enchantment on my own. It's a good job and a damn good salary, and I have absolutely no intention of giving it up.
How about our lovely, fearless leader?
Eric and I are both professionals. So, when's that schedule going to be finished up?
It might not be until next week, but there is a very large stack of mail with your name on it downstairs. Amy's got it for you.
Oh, good. Well, thank you. Adam, try to have a nice day.
Oh, the poor fool has to learn the hard way.
Sometimes the hard way is the only way.
Sarah, wait a minute. You haven't answered my question. Are you going to keep what I told you to Haley, about Haley, to yourself?
Yes. Your secret is safe with me.
I'm not kidding. Oatmeal baths. My mom used to stick me in tons of lukewarm oatmeal. Talk about disgusting. I'm serious. Nauseating. It was gross me.
Don't make me laugh. It hurts when I laugh.
Oh, poor Nat. Life isn't fair, is it?
As long as I don't scar, I'll be okay. Haley, you liked Janet, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, she was a little strange and everything, but until she went wacko and tried to hurt you, I liked her fine. Don't get me wrong, though. I don't want any return to Pine Valley visits from Janet. No way.
Of course not.
But I really feel bad. I think she needs help. I really do.
You know what? Maybe we all do at one point or another.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Nobody's perfect.
How's algebra?
F+.
Oh, dear.
Pray for a miracle.
Don't you have a final coming up soon?
It's hopeless. I mean, I promised to turn over this whole new leaf, you know, for Mom and everything. And I'm studying my eyeballs out, but nothing's working. Nothing's sinking in.
PEMDAS.
What?
Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
Okay.
Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. It's the order in which you do all the operations in an equation.
Nat, you stink at math.
Stink at algebra? Oh, I'm hopeless, absolutely hopeless. I'm worthless and rotten when it comes to math, period. PEMDAS is absolutely the only thing I remember about algebra. Don't ask me why.
Please excuse my...
Dear Aunt Sally.
That's funny what sticks to a person's brain.
Isn't it? But you know, just because I'm rotten at something does not mean that I couldn't read a textbook and quiz you. Run downstairs, get your book. I can be your tutor.
Thanks, but not when you're laid up in bed.
I don't mind.
It's okay. I'll just study 24 hours a day and maybe pull a D minus.
I bet you wish Janet were here.
Do you know what I think? I think people who are really good at math have a tendency to be prone to mental illness. I mean, we should have figured out Janet was nuts long ago just by the way she could solve logarithms.
Knock, knock.
Hi, Donna.
Oh, my gosh, it is true.
Don't laugh.
She is the chicken pox.
Oh, you poor baby. I couldn't believe it when Chuck told me. You have a fever?
Oh, 99.9.
Listen, cheer up. I'm going to go crack the books. I'll give your regards to Aunt Sally.
Who? Algebra.
Oh, the honeymoon.
Oh, postponed.
That's not fair. Not fair.
Now, as long as I don't scar, I'm okay.
Oh, Chuck wanted me to remind you, you got to be careful. Take good care of yourself.
I am.
Okay, good. Speaking of the honeymoon, where's Trevor?
He's at work. Oh, he's been wonderful.
Is there something wrong with your eyes? Do they hurt?
No.
You just seem kind of restless. What can I do to make you comfortable?
Oh, no, nothing at all, really. I just need to get some rest.
All right. And plenty of liquids, just like the doctor ordered. What's in here?
Water.
Good. Pure, crystal clear mineral water, I hope. It's very healthy for you.
I don't want any water. I just had some juice.
Oh, okay. How about a hand of gin rummy?
No.
Old Maid. No, really, I just need to get some rest. I have a splitting headache. I'm tired, that's all.
Sweetie, let me cheer
I just
you
need to
up.
be alone, really, just to sleep. Just to sleep. I'm sorry, I can't keep my eyes open, Donna.
Okay, all right. If you're sure.
Thanks for coming by.
Sweet dreams.
Sorry I was so grouchy.
It's okay.
I'll be back tomorrow with my famous cure-all chicken soup.
Are you sure you're all right? Yeah. See you mañana.
Yes, Winifred, get up here right now.
The dog will. The dog
The sad fact of the matter is there was very little I was able to unearth on Lawson in L.A.
Well, no police record?
Clean as a whistle. A couple of traffic violations and a speeding summons, that's it. Lousy credit, a few unpaid bills here and there, but nothing major. Worked 2 other jobs in L.A. besides Vogel. Never lasted long. Drifted all over the West.
What about computers?
The degree in computer technology from the community college checks out. Graduated undistinguished.
Drugs?
No hint.
Gambling?
Nothing, Will. And my pal Santa Anita never heard of him.
All right. His friends, Rex Ostrander and that crowd, what did they sing his praises?
I hit the clubs where he's a regular before I approached Ostrander directly. They all sang the same tune. Ostrander's a jerk. And according to his landlady, Craig Lawson's no better. She described him as a smart-talking cowboy looking out for number one.
Has he ever been married?
Nope.
Engaged?
Nothing public. Plenty of women, though, at least one in every port.
Yeah, big surprise.
Love him and leave him.
Okay, you said everybody sang the same tune. How many friends did he and Tad know mutually?
Ostrander's it, unless you count Vogel. The rest of Tad's crowd never heard of Craig Lawson.
Never heard of him? Tad and he were like brothers at what? Nobody?
Not a soul.
That doesn't add up.
Sarah, you're an amazing woman. You admire Charlie for bouncing back. It's nothing compared to what you've done.
Well, I haven't bounced back entirely. I'm still working on it.
Anyone without your strength would have been destroyed by what happened to you.
I've had a lot of support.
I hope you consider me among your supporters.
Well, you could have held that slap against me.
Yes, well, I think I had that coming. But you've made a remarkable recovery. Not only have you picked up most of Erica's duties single-handedly, but you've held your head high in the midst of a lot of public curiosity and perhaps judgment.
I'm a survivor, not a victim.
Where do you find your strength?
In Jeremy. And in the kindness and generosity of other people with compassion like you.
You find me compassionate?
Yes. Sometimes just acknowledging another person's pain is the highest form of compassion, I think.
You're a very perceptive young woman.
So is Haley. And if everything you tell me is true, I'm sure that in time she will come to accept you and maybe even learn to love you.
That's my goal.
I wish you luck.
Same to you, although I'm fully convinced that we make our own luck in this world.
So am I.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, now, Honey Bunch, I promise you, I only invited you over here to offer you some of these brownies that Ann Lee made.
Nobody's asking for pity, Opal.
Well, did I say anything about pity? Now, come on, how was Stanford?
Sensational.
Oh, yes? Did you, gorge yourself on seafood and that wonderful sourdough bread they have? I wish you had brought me a loaf of that San Francisco sourdough. Cable cars, did you ride on
Has
the
she
cable?
called you?
No, I think she's keeping kind of a low profile.
Written? Not even a postcard?
Well, I'm sure she's busy.
Yeah, I assumed that, we would have heard if she wasn't all right or anything.
Yes, of course we'd have heard.
Right. How about Mona?
No, Mona said she's okay.
Oh. Well, good. That's good, right? Because then it's one less thing that I have to worry about. So, how are you?
Well, I'm just Jim Debbie. Look now, help yourself to one of these brownies, would you? Tell me about your travels. Did you meet anybody interesting out there in California?
Oh, please, give me a break. I'm not ready to meet anyone else. No. Do you know where Melanie is?
Melanie?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, last time she wrote, they were in Pakistan. Why?
Because I owe her an apology. Lainey and every other girl that I ignored when they were crying.
Now you know.
Yeah. I didn't have a clue before. Not even close.
Well, love can hurt.
Love. Love stinks.
Oh, no, it doesn't, honey. Really, when you find the right love, it is the most wonderful thing in the whole wide world. But take it straight from the horse's mouth, okay? Sometimes you might just have to suffer a little in order to find that.
Well, Opal, I didn't think that anything could hurt this much.
Well, we learn from our pain, honey.
Oh, well, thank you for not saying that time heals.
all right. I know that time seems like an enemy when you're young, honey, but life is long. You just got to live it like it's short, Take whatever it throws at you and just make the very best of every day, because I'm telling you, nothing that is flesh and blood lasts forever. Nothing.
Well, Erica warned me. I mean, that was fair of her, wasn't it?
Well, she was honest, Charlie.
Honest. I suppose that's one of the blessings you think I should be counting right now.
Could have been a million times worse,
Yeah, that's right. You're right. I did have a pretty good time, I have to say.
There's the spirit. That's my Charlie.
Yeah. Thanks. Well, I better get back to Enchantment, see what kind of trouble I can cause over there.
Well, welcome back, honey. We missed you.
Thanks. I'll see you later.
Okay, take care.
Who's that?
Charlie Brent.
Oh, is he home from his trip?
Oh, he had a Cracker Jack trip, but he's a little behind on stuff at the office, Where's Junior?
He's with Unley. Well, how is he?
Charlie?
Yeah.
Oh, he'll be okay, I think. I mean, he doesn't realize it himself yet, but he will go on. I give him about 2 months at the most.
2 months until what?
Well, till he's back in the swing, on the market, in the dating game, whatever.
Right. Well, speaking of that, since you brought it up, I was thinking about Craig and how lonely he is. He's been to weddings and he's been to get-togethers, but
Nothing's clicked?
No. I mean, he's all these weeks in Pine Valley, he hasn't had a single date.
Well, that we know of.
You think he's seen somebody on the sly?
Well, no. All I know is he hadn't brought anybody here.
It's because he hasn't met anybody yet, Opal.
Well, who are you thinking of fixing him up with?
For heaven's sake, Opal, this is why I brought this whole thing up in the first place. I thought maybe if you and I could put our heads together, we could think of a name.
Well, like whose?
Well, I don't know. I mean, don't you know any nice nurses or something his age at the hospital?
Well, let me put on a thinking cap.
It's a shame Katie moved to Vermont. I mean, I just think if he had somebody, he would be happier.
Don't you know any likely prospects?
No. And I've been racking and racking my brain. If you come up with a contender, let me know.
I'll do that.
Well, I'm going to take one of these.
Oh, yeah, they're yummy.
See you later.
All righty. Well?
Evening.
Now, what is he up to?
Well, you still working? This project is compelling.
Yeah, well, this project is probably pretty tame compared to the stuff you and Ted used to do for Max Vogel.
Actually, working for Max was pretty boring.
Oh, come on. Ted told me about plane escapades. Most of them anything but boring.
We had our moments, I guess.
Like that car chase in the San Gabriel Mountains.
Oh, I wasn't part of that. I heard about it, though. Yeah, pretty hairy. Those roads were meant for goats only, that's what Ted said.
I guess that was Dick Cole riding shotgun.
Who?
Dick Cole, you know, from San Marino. Ted and he used to park cars together. I think, yeah, it was Dick Cole.
Well, name sounds familiar, but I don't connect him with a car chase.
Oh, come on, he married that blonde. Remember the one that reminded Ted of Dixie?
Nancy. Best cook in L.A. Yeah, well, come to think of it, I guess it probably was Dick Cole that rode shotgun.
Guess again, Lawson.
Excuse me?
Dick doesn't exist. Neither does Nancy. I made them up. They're figments of my imagination.
I really don't have time for this.
You know, my brother-in-law was an outgoing guy. He was very gregarious, made a lot of friends real easily. And you know, none of them ever heard of Craig Lawson.
What are you getting at, Phil?
I don't think you were even Tad's friend. Rex Ostrander and Max Vogel, none of Tad's West Coast buddies has ever even heard your name mentioned.
So we moved in different circles, so what?
So I find it odd, don't you, that you would know Dick Cole considering he doesn't exist?
Sure he does. Dick, the guy's name that I was trying to think of was Dick Collier, all right? He doesn't live in San Marino, he lives in Sierra Madre, or one of those other towns. He knows the San Gabriels like the back of his hand.
How come Tad never introduced you around?
What is this, an imposition? Look, I'm a loner, okay? I don't deal well with crowds. And I don't have to answer to you or anybody else.
So you and Tad just hung out alone?
Tad and I did well, one-on-one. You have a problem with that? Is something wrong with that in your eyes?
You tell me.
Oh, I guess a guy like you wouldn't understand the concept of friendship. Not to mention privacy. Anything else that private eye dug up you'd like to discuss?
Who says I hired a private investigator?
Nobody had to.
Are you referring to the professionals that my uncle keeps on retainer to protect his family?
I've got work to do.
Nobody slips through the cracks, Lawson.
Yeah, well, if I had something to hide, I'd be very nervous.
Remember what I said.
Very good. Thank you, Winifred. Just set them down anywhere, please. Is Trevor home?
No, ma'am. He said he wouldn't be home for several hours.
You can stop cowering, Winifred. I'm sorry I yelled at you when I asked you to bring the water. If it's my fever, please forgive me.
Well, you're not acting yourself, Mrs. Dillon.
I'm a bride with chicken pox, remember? Where's Lucretia?
She went home.
Well, good. You go home too, then.
Mrs. Dillon, why did you want 2 big jugs of water in your room?
In case I get thirsty. And it makes me feel better to look at them. Call it a whim. Winifred, just go home.
Haley went out.
I am perfectly capable of staying by myself. I would like you to leave. I want the house quiet so I can sleep.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You won't get out of this bed till Mr. Dillon comes home?
I promise.
Promise. Good.
Yes.
Well, all right then. I hope you feel better tomorrow.
Winifred!
Good night.
the hell are you doing?
This is Joan London. Next week, announcing America's 10 most livable